All right. It's already week 3. And so, again, hopefully you're finding some good momentum now. And here's what I'd like to talk to you about in week 3. Again, you see the 2-hour run. You'll also notice that it's very easy run. It's zone 1. If you're feeling pretty confident, or if you're coming into this with a little bit of base, I'm fine if that gets up to around zone 2. But the thing is, I really want you to focus on the key runs for the week, which are the hill runs and the run off the bike on Tuesday. And if you want to extend that Tuesday run off the bike even up to 40 or 45 minutes, that's fine too. Just be careful, especially if you are adding some time to it. Finally, the run on Friday, it's 45 minutes. And I do that because I recognize a lot of people have to get to work and they have things to do. If you need more time to warm up or cool down, by all means, go ahead and do that. And again, you'll see on Saturday that I went ahead and gave you an option of riding between an hour and a half to 2 hours. And either will get the job done. You want to make sure that if you're dropping down to 90 minutes, keep the integrity of the intervals in there and make sure that you're pushing those. Now, what I like to do for a half Ironman is I start to experiment with what percentage that I can hold for the race, right? And so one of the things that you can start to play around with is to see how you're able to challenge yourself. The way you can double check, making sure that you're not challenging yourself too much, is you don't want to have a lot of drop off, right? So with that in mind, if you're having a lot of drop off from the first interval to the last one, then you're probably overpacing yourself a little bit. Or if you are able to look at your heart rate relative to your power or vice versa, and if there's a 5% or more discrepancy as the workout goes on, that means that even though you were able to do the power, you're probably going to pay for it on the run. So those are the things that as a coach, I'm looking for with my athletes. And also too, let's say you're doing 4 by 15 minutes. It's okay to do 3 by 20s or something like that. So if you have to make small terrain adjustments or something like that, go ahead and do it. I think one of the things that triathletes could do better in general is just be a little bit more mentally flexible. So just keep the integrity of the workouts going. We're going to double check how you're doing next week in a test week, and we're going to see how you go. And then from there, we'll reset your zones. But hopefully you're finding yourself in a good rhythm. Again, I say this, and I'm going to remind this all the time. We have the membership area. So depending on how your tests go, or if you have any confusions, you can go ahead and see some of our replacement workouts in there. If you want to make this plan a little bit different, go ahead. You can see that. Again, we're always adding to that. And if you don't see them, please ask. And I will see you guys next week in week 4 for your test week.